Hi guys, how's it going today? So, I've been really lazy today. Me and Ali went out with Amanda around the globe last night and we had a couple of beers, but a couple too many beers actually. And pretty much been in bed all day. Just had like a pizza from around the corner. We filled up the water bottles and that's about it. That's all we've done. Bit shitty. I wasn't actually going to film because I've like had a bit of a headache all day, but I thought, well, I can't let you guys down. And I have quite a good message to give you today. So basically the message today is travel vaccines. So when you go traveling, especially if you're going traveling to like Asia, I've never been to Africa, but if you're going to go traveling to Africa and like South America and stuff, then you have to get certain vaccines for the countries that you're going to visit. And you get these vaccines from your doctors, like your local GP, your doctor's surgery. And basically what you do is you go in there for a consultation and you'll be like, oh, I'm going to Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia and Laos. Well, they will look up what sort of injections, vaccinations you need. Now, when I got my vaccinations, I told them that I was going to Thailand and then I was going to like Australia. I didn't tell them that I was going to Indonesia in between, but pretty much like Asia as a whole, I'm pretty sure you can just get like a standard level of vaccinations that I got. So I got my injections for Thailand. Anyway, one thing that I didn't realize was because English healthcare is like free, I didn't realize I was going to have to pay for my injections to go abroad, especially after I'd saved up quite a lot of money. It sort of came in around £120. Just one thing I will talk to you about is basically, this is like a story that happened to me. It's a true story. And when I went into the doctor's surgery to get my injections, the lady was like, oh, do you want a rabies injection as well? And I was like, well, what does like the rabies injection give you? And she was like, well, if you get bitten by a rabid animal, then it'll give you an extra 24 hours to get to a hospital. So if you get bitten by a rabid animal, you have 24 hours, apparently, to get to a hospital. If you have the injection, it would have given me 48 hours to get to a hospital. So I was kind of like thinking, I was like, well, I'm never going to be more than 24 hours away from a hospital. That you can fly around the world in that sort of time. So that's a bit like, I'm not going to be in the middle of a jungle anywhere, like where I have to be evacuated out. So that's not really going to happen. So I didn't go for it. Anyway, when, like, after I'd been traveling for quite a while and I'd met Ali by this point, we went on like a 4-week trip to Indonesia. And we went to a place called Ubud, which is in Bali. And in Ubud they have a monkey forest. And Ali at this point in time had her YouTube channel. I didn't have a YouTube channel at this time. Anyway, Ali's there filming with her GoPro for a YouTube. And she's like getting the GoPro like in amongst the monkeys and stuff. And I was just like, oh look Ali, like be really careful, you know, you don't want to like piss off any monkeys, you don't want to get bitten by a monkey here, because like you just don't know what they have. So I was being like really cautious, and I remember like sitting on this little wall, and basically this little monkey like sat about 5 meters away from me on the same stretch of wall, and I was like, ah, that's okay, like he can just sit there, mind his own business, and I'll just sit here and mind my own business. And Ali's like sort of messing about with a few of the monkeys, and a few other people are over like in this big courtyard, like they're holding bananas above their head and the monkeys are jumping on them. And I was like, I'm definitely not doing that. Anyway, I turned back around after like looking at like these people messing around and looked back around to my left, and the monkey's like half a meter away from me, like he's came right up close to me. So I was like, oh shit. So as I turned around and looked at him, I like made eye contact with him, and he just like ran at my arm and bit me on my like arm up here. I jumped up as quick as I could. I clattered into a bin because I just got up and stood up and like ran really fast, and on the way up I just like hit this bin, nearly knocked this bin over. It drew blood from my arm. This monkey like actually drew blood. So I went to the little woman in the kiosk and she was like, oh yeah, just put some iodine on, you'll be fine, none of the monkeys have rabies, blah blah blah. So I was like, okay, none of you monkeys have rabies, okay, like, there's like a shit ton of monkeys here, how do you know everyone doesn't have rabies? I was like a little bit freaking out, but we kind of went out for some dinner that night, and just happened to like go on Google and just started researching rabies. And then I was like, oh, like shit, it can hide in your body. I like found out that it can hide in your body for up to like 20 odd years or something stupid, and come on as a common cold, but once it starts attacking your body, then it's hard to get rid of. Once it starts attacking like the brain stems or something, then you're proper fucked. You can't get rid of it, so you're gonna die. And rabies is real nasty. Like, it makes you hydrophobic, which means you can't drink water. And if you try and like take a glass of water and drink it, you just physically can't, and you just like throw it away. You can't drink water when it gets to that stage. So after about another 4 months of travel in Australia, I was going back home to the UK. So I went back home, sort of this rabies thing has like left my head, I haven't really thought about it. And I got back, and then I was like, oh, actually now I can go to the GP and it's kind of free. Let's go and see what they say. So I went to the GP and I was like, waited around there for a little bit, got into the doctor's office, and I had this like lady doctor in my little village where I'm staying. Quite funny. And she was like, oh, like, how can I help you today, Scott? And I was like, well, a couple of things, but the first thing is like, I've just been traveling. And she was like, oh yeah, cool. And I was like, yeah, it's been really good. And I was in Indonesia with my partner, and basically I was bitten by a monkey in a place called Ubud. And she was like, bitten by a monkey? And I was like, yeah, like drew blood on my arm. And the doctor's face just went, just dropped. I was like, is it bad? And she's like, I'm gonna have to make a few phone calls to London and sort of research this. I'm not like clued up on rabies, but yeah, you're gonna have to go and then give me a phone number, and then basically I'm gonna phone you as soon as I find out some more information. So I was like, oh shit, and she was like panicking. I was like, oh man, this isn't good. So I literally walked out the doctor's surgery, started to walk home, literally put the key in my front door, my phone rang, and it was her from the doctors. I was like, hello? And she's like, yeah, you have to get back around the doctors like right now. So like, I went back around, it's only like a 5-minute walk. I went back round, and she's like, we're gonna have to put you on rabies injections. You're gonna need 5 in total, and like, you're gonna have the first one now. So over a period of like 2 months, I think it was 2 months, yeah, I had to have a course of rabies injections. Anyway, I spoke to her, and I was like, and she was like, oh, did you have a rabies injections before you went? And I was like, no, because the lady only told me it would protect me for an extra 48 hours, extra 24 hours. And she was like, no, if you'd had the rabies injection, you'd only need 2 boosters that you have now, but unfortunately now you're gonna have to have 5. And I did get these ones for free. Didn't have to pay for these ones, which is good. But yeah, like, it's kind of crazy how she told me one thing about the injections, and my doctor before I left, who gave me the injections, had a different idea. So I would definitely say, if you are going to a country, do your own research, and don't just take the doctor's word for it of what you need. Definitely do your own research, because I don't think these doctors really know what they're on about half the time, especially if it's not in their field. Like, at the end of the day, they're just researching themselves, and they're probably just Googling it. So, like, it's better to get at least a bit more information and get yourself some information, and then actually research it. What I would do is research it, the countries you're going to, then go to the doctors and be like, I've done this research, do I need this, this, and this, and this? And then they can be like, right, you don't need that one, that's a load of bollocks, you need these ones. So yeah, travel vaccinations, don't leave it till the last minute. Remember, you're probably gonna have to pay for them, and do your own research, definitely. Okay guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.